Okay, so starting off, you want to go ahead and go to Google and type in whatever image it is that you're looking for, and then click on the image tab. Make sure you can add in any tags that you want to. I'm clicking clip art. And then tools, size, remember you want it to be as large as possible. And then go ahead and click on whichever one you want, and then you're going to right click and do save image as. From there, you're going to save it to a certain spot. So I need you to go to iCloud. Under iCloud tab, it'll be Documents, then HD Guzman. And I'm creating a new folder because this is a new project. So I'm doing sample. And then here I type out that you always want to name your files and the file folder because it's just going to be so much easier to find everything if you do it that way. So that's what I wrote for you here. Then just click create. And you want to go ahead and click on the folder you created, and then I'm renaming the file because I don't like how it was having all those dashes. So then press save, and I'm going to go ahead and open up Silhouette Studios. It kind of takes a while. But this is essentially the same thing that you would do if you have one for an email as well, Dad. So I'll go ahead and do a separate video for that and how you can upload photos from your email and stuff like that. So it's just taking a while. Okay, so you always want to do your page setup a certain way. This is depending on the media size and everything, so it's just this one that I'm clicking over here. If you have a machine, then you put Cameo. If you're just going to use the vinyl, you don't have to use that. The Cameo's cutting mat is 12 by 12, and here I'm clicking 8.5 by 11, but it depends on which type of size. I'm showing that the printer border and cut borders, you can show them or not show them. Go ahead and open up the file that you have. So going back to where we were in Documents, HD Guzman, Sample, and then opening up the red apple image. And I'm clicking on the image, and then I'm going to lock the image and then scale it. So I'm typing in 2.5 for the height, and then I'm showing you the difference if you put 2.5 in the width on how the image will look and the sizing difference. So you always want to be aware of which one you're putting the 2.5 into, or whichever height or width you want it. Then if you click that little arrow, it'll zoom you in, and that hand will move you around on the screen. So you don't have to really use the trackpad because I know it's a little difficult for you. So then we're going to go to the little butterfly, select trace area, and highlight what we want to trace. And then you can adjust it by grabbing onto the sides like I'm doing right here, if it's too difficult for you to highlight it all. When I'm increasing the threshold and I'm showing you, you can use the little bar or the arrows to do little work. And then we're going to trace the outer edge, and I'm just moving the photo so you can see that there is an outline. Then pressing the back so that it goes exactly to where it's supposed to be. And then we're going to go to the offset panel and see how it's not highlighted. It's because we're not clicked on the photo. But I realized that what we were having an issue with earlier was that we weren't clicking on the cutting line. So you see here how it's smaller, it's because we're clicked on the cutting line, but if we're in the bigger one, it's because the whole image, because the image, remember, has white in the background. If it didn't, it wouldn't be an issue. So you want to make sure that you click on that cutting line, and then I'm adjusting the distance. I don't know what distance you want it, but you have to sit there and mess with it and kind of be consistent with everything you cut from now on. And then I'm showing you that you can change the corner edges. So see how it went from a blocked corner to a rounded corner. And I'm pressing apply, and I'm moving the image to show you now there's two lines where there was just one before. So pressing back so that it goes exactly back to where it needs to go. Then zooming in with that little microscope, and then using the hand to move the screen. And you need to click on this inner line because we want to get rid of that. We don't want it to cut twice. We just want it to cut once. So if we have both of those lines there, it's going to cut both of those lines. Accidentally cut out the image, and that's what you have to kind of mess with a little bit, is to click on that line so that you can cut it exactly. Again, this shouldn't be an issue if you had your own image that didn't have a white background, or you had a vector or something. So I clicked on the little scissors to cut it, and then I'm zooming out to show you that I cut the inner line. So now you can see it's just that outer one. And then I'm pressing undo to put it back exactly where it needs to go. And then from here, I'm showing you that you need to group it because now the cut line is its own separate thing and the image is its own separate thing. So go ahead and group the objects by highlighting both of them. And then again, you can do mirroring. That's depending on what type of material you're using, if you mirror it or not. And then remember, you can replicate it. So if you don't want to make the whole page, you can see that there was other options that you can click to do a certain amount so that you're not sitting there having to like copy and paste and all that. I was showing the send panel because originally I wanted to show you how to do that, but I don't know which material we're using just yet, so I ended up showing you actually because we need to save this because I'm doing this on my Mac and it doesn't send it to Silhouette, so we have to save it to the library so that we could open it up on your laptop. So I went to File, Save As, and Save to Library, and then I'm just renaming it, but you don't have to rename it because you probably named it the correct thing already. And then you're just going to sign in. Again, I have the password here. And then once you sign in, it'll put it into the cloud library that we have. And then you can go now move over to your Windows computer if you needed to.